Hey guys, it's John in the woods with Bigfoot. It's been requested that I do a video on tips and tricks of whittling, carving. I showed some some of the uses of the tools. And so now it's been requested that I give some tips and tricks on how to use the tools. And Burger's munching over there, so please excuse that. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give a few tips and tricks. And I think I'm gonna do a series out of it instead of boring y'all with one long video. I'm gonna bore you several times with a bunch of short videos and see if we can maybe help somebody out. I don't know. I'm not saying that I'm the greatest carver or whittler in the world. You know, I've studied into it a bit. And I'll share what little bit I know, and y'all can correct me in the comments, or we're here to learn together, right? And to share what we know. And so let's see if we can figure out how to get this whittling thing done. You know what to do? Let me readjust this camera, and thought Rick was wanting to say hey, and we'll get started. I'm going to start with stropping, and I may also do a little bit with the sloyd today, but mainly we're going to address stropping, because a sharp knife is a safe knife. Believe it or not, it don't sound right, but if you're using a dull knife, it takes more pressure to push it through, and you're more likely to slip and hurt yourself. And so we don't want to be using dull knives. So let's look at stropping, and then we'll go from there. So let's get this camera resituated and figure out this stuff, okay? All right, what we have here is my sharpening setup. This is a diamond stone, and I don't do a lot of stone sharpening once I've gotten my tools sharp. But I do love to strop, and open up this little set. On that strop, this leather strop, I have compound. This compound came with that set from Beavercraft, Bushcraft, or Woodcraft, and it's a really, really good set. This is the piece of leather that they sent me, but I've been using this one, so that's what I want to continue with. And just simply put that compound all over that. I'm not going to do it, but as I've already got a whole lot of it on there. But put your compound on that. I said we're going to be using the sloyd today, so we'll break that dude out. And it comes razor sharp, really, really sharp. And But before doing any carving with it, I like to strop it real good. So just find that angle, and you want to pull it away from the leather. And a lot of people have a system, and I do too, but where you would pull it. Most people that I've seen explain that what they do, they'll do 20 on this side, 20 on that side, 20 on this side, and then they'll drop down to 15, and then they'll do the 10, and then 5, and then 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And that works. It really does. And but stropping that edge will actually take those. When you use a stone, your edge, if you look at it under a microscope, it's all, your edges are all, it's sharp, but the edge of the steel looks like fingers, like that, and they'll be all jacked up. And then when you strop it, it actually polishes those edges, and it takes those little fingers out, and it makes it a more solid edge. So not only is your knife sharper for having been stropped, but it will stay sharp longer, because those little fingerlets, those little pieces of steel will actually break off as you're using your knife, and it will cause you to lose your edge faster. So that is one of the reasons that stropping is really, really good, and it makes your knife very, very sharp, and it makes it to where that you're able to cut cross grains better, and you're able to really get those nice, long, pretty cuts. And there's Ruger. But and that's also how people get away with not having to sand their carvings when they're completed. But at any rate, that's how you strop a knife. It's really not that hard. And we've got a spoon knife, and you just pull it the same way, pull it away from the edge, and one thing you want to look at when you do your spoon knife is see if you pulled a burr on the inside of that spoon when you do that. And that's another reason that I keep that strop loose, is so that I can run it up in there and strop out that burr, should I pull a burr. But that thing's sharp, boy. Along in the series, we'll talk about other. This is a gouge, and you do the gouge the same way. Just pull it across there, and then just like that spoon knife, you want to make sure that you don't have a burr rolled up to the inside. See, with the Sloyd, you don't have that problem, because you're pulling the burr from this side, and then you're not developing a burr coming off the back side, and that makes it for a much better usage. That's basically how you strop. It's not that hard, not very difficult at all. You can do that with any of your knives, all of your knives. I do my bushcraft knife, my big habless. She's you can see that stropped edge on it. She's stropped up sharp. Another one of my carvers is well, I guess it's my fire baby right here. That's my more classic number 2. Keep it stropped up. Not just your carving knives, and heck, even my axe. I strop it at Husqvarna axe. It keeps it razor sharp and keeps a good keen edge on it. And but that's I think that's going to be my video for the day, and I hope that maybe you picked something up on it. I don't know, but I'm gonna try and do a little series on this, and we'll see how it goes as we go along, and maybe we'll both learn something out of it. But at any rate, appreciate your attention, and thanks for clicking on the video. Like, share, and subscribe. And as we say in Mountain Bushcrafters Alliance, go farther to stay longer. And get out and have yourself an adventure if you can. Thank you.